Alright, guys, we are back with our first bad ending with this boy. And this is right before the surprise smooch that took my breath away. Way back when. So we're in chapter 1, obviously, and with low romance. And we only have two choices to make. One of the choices that has been excluded is him asking him for help with the dishes. So I guess he doesn't... that whole dishes scene just doesn't happen. So this time, we're gonna say, I'm sorry, instead of stop being so nice to me. I'm sorry. For trying to run without saying anything, I mean. I had my reasons, though. Regardless, now that I was embroiled in this predicament, there was no way I could run. It was futile, and I silently bowed in front of Harada, whose lips curled into a troubled smile.
Oh, there you go again, beating me to it.
Huh?
Oh, well, you're smarter than you let on, and I knew you probably had good reasons for even considering it. As I'm sure you were aware, patience isn't exactly on top of my list of virtues, you know? So, I can't help but get frustrated when I'm pressing you for answers and you won't throw me a bone. It kinda made me worry, you know, about whether or not you still felt like you could confide in me.
Harada. Harada reached his hand to his scalp, scratching his hair absent-mindedly out of embarrassment. Once more, he let out a deep, audible sigh.
Sorry, kid. I should have thought a little more carefully about your feelings on the matter, shouldn't I?
Oh, no. Please, I'm the one who should apologize. Forgive me.
No, it's not the... Okay, we gotta stop. At this rate, we could stand here all day apologizing to one another.
Harada grumbled sheepishly, but I couldn't help but laugh at how silly we'd sounded in hindsight. You're right.
So, let's just drop this whole thing.
Okay, understood. We shared a chuckle together, and it relieved me that he and I could speak like how we used to. I gave an earnest nod. Really, so doing that, she laughs instead of bursts into tears, so he never has to kiss her to get her to stop. That's so funny. No wonder the dishes scene doesn't happen, because that's just her being flustered like, did it mean anything? Or is that just his way of dealing with crying women? Am I overthinking this? Underthinking? That's really funny. Okay, that makes some sense. Alright, and our last thing is not his dreams, but the true goal of the Shinsengumi. What does the Shinsengumi truly want?
You're really gonna ask me that? If you want a good answer, you're better off asking Shinpachi or Hijikata about that kind of stuff.
I'm sorry.
Hey, don't sweat it. I guess if I had to give you my take on things... Currently, the Shinsengumi's got one job, and that's doing whatever the hell the shogunate asks. Since they're going through what some would call a rough patch, it's our job to get them through it, and then Kondo's just climbing us up the ladder. Personally, I don't feel like I owe the shogunate a goddamn thing. If you're asking me whether or not I'm willing to risk my neck for the shogunate, couldn't give you an answer. There's also the fact that I could never live with myself if I left any of these guys behind. It's kinda close to the chest.
Right. Okay. Oh. It's interesting.
But man, Shinpachi's really taking his time, isn't he? How far did he walk to get a drink? I don't want to see him so wasted that he starts making us all look bad, so I'm gonna go look for him and make sure he's alright.
Oh.
What's the matter?
It seemed I didn't have to answer, however, as Harada caught on to my fears right away.
If Sanan even so much as enters the same room as you come talk to me. Got it?
Okay. Oh my god, is this bad ending gonna involve Sanan? Now I'm like low-key excited. Because after we left, I just kind of forgot all about Sanan. After sending Harada off, I walked into my bedroom to pick up my things and prepare myself for bed. Just then, I heard my door slide open and I stood frozen to the spot. Oh my god. No, please don't tell me it's... Oh my god! I'm so pleased though. Holy crap. This is gonna be great.
Good evening, Yukimura. I hadn't seen much of you lately. You were starting to worry me.
Sanan! As before, he slinked closely to me without making a sound. Like I've told you before, there's nothing I can do to help you further your research on the water of life.
Oh? And why is that? Seems rather convenient of you to shirk responsibility, especially considering the hand your father had in bringing this serum here.
Sanan knew just how to peel open my guilt and poke at it relentlessly. I almost caught myself giving in to his baiting advances, but... I don't think you get to decide how I choose to atone for my father's sins, especially if it's in the interest of your research.
Really? Please illuminate me how best to do so. If your atonement involves the various housekeeping duties that one could train a child to do, then please spare me the pain of listening to your drivel.
How was Sanan so talented at tearing me down from the inside? It felt like everything that came out of his mouth was an icy provocation. I couldn't let him get the best of me. However, there's no way I could win if I were to let Sanan dictate the conversation in his own terms. I'll be on my way now.
Just a minute there.
Suddenly, Sanan was quietly closing in on me. Then he grabbed a hold of my arms tightly. Ow! Let go! Just as I began to scream out, he cupped his palm over my mouth. Well, I think we're screwed. Sano didn't talk to him and warn him away.
Hush now. As long as you cooperate and keep your mouth shut, no harm will come to you.
No! Oh no! Dude, it's not even your turn yet! Man! Ah, you're only 2 roots away.
You see, it's just that I'm growing rather thirsty. Say, you heal quite quickly, don't you? So a cut wouldn't do any harm.
I heard the slink of a wakizashi being drawn by Sanan from his hip. No, I mustn't let him take my blood. I desperately squirmed to break free of him.
Stay still. If you move, I won't be able to aim.
This whole thing out of context is just... My mind's in the gutter, okay? I'm sorry. Sanan barked in my ear loudly. Why am I Dude, there's so many options. An excruciating pain shot through my chest. Suddenly, all the feeling left my body and I dropped to the floor. I lied there, helplessly unable to move.
That is why I told you. A wound like this may require some help, and if you let me, I think I have the perfect recommendation to make.
Sanan's voice quivered with madness, himself radiating with glee. Water of life? Help me, Harada. Oh my god, we became Sanan's personal guinea pig. Where could he have hidden you? Oh, that's one of the best bad endings I've seen in a long time. Okay. True, it's because I have a bias for the mad scientist, but come on. That was pretty great. Oh, I loved it. Okay. Well, that wasn't too bad. By my standards. Okay, so that was bad ending number 1. Let's move on to bad ending number 2.